So I wanted to do an official video explaining our newest release from Transcendent Parfums, Miami Sunset. So this video is really just going to be taking time to kind of explain in more detail the inspiration, the fragrance, get into more specifics about not only kind of what the intention was, but also the notes and what it smells like. I've announced this. Pre-order was open, I believe, maybe 3 weeks ago. All the pre-orders went out on the 21st. They were all shipped, and so I can't wait to hear your feedback on those. But this really came about because, well, two reasons. One, anybody who knows me, and I've been in the fragrance community for a long time, well, relatively long time. Certainly some people have been around longer than I have, but I've been into fragrances for a very long time. And one of my favorite, and this was way back in the day, was Acqua di Gio, the original EDT. I very much enjoyed that. It really kind of was the fragrance that got me into fragrances, set that off. I've always loved aquatic fragrances, and that DNA, not necessarily Acqua di Gio, but the aquatic DNA has been something I've always been drawn to. I love the fresh, crisp, just masculine vibe that you get from a lot of aquatic fragrances, versatility as well. It's just very kind of refreshing. And so one of our first releases, actually, I believe it was our first release, but I think, I take that back, I think Carnal Desire was released alongside of it, was Ocean Sunset. And so that was something I'd worked on for a very long time. Wanted to, recreate my favorite scent profile, and I wanted that to be one of our first releases, at least as far as certain style of fragrance goes, and that was Ocean Sunset. And Ocean Sunset is really got two kind of goals. One is to obviously give this kind of, picture in your head of what the actual fragrance is named, and so make you think about the ocean, make you think about kind of being on the beach, around the crashing waves, but do so in a way that's not too challenging, that's not going to be off-putting. And so this isn't like Megamar or something that's heavily kind of marine and animalic, as far as the avenue it takes with that marine. However, this is also not something like the Versace Pour Homme, where it's more kind of very light, sweet, very safe. This is definitely mass appealing. I'm talking about Ocean Sunset, by the way. And any of you who've gotten it know it is very mass appealing, very long lasting for a fresh fragrance, and it's unique. And so really what it does, and the main thing about it that is so unique, in my opinion, compared to other fragrances that I've tried, and that's something we try to do in this brand as a whole, was make the sillage itself, for lack of a better word, magical. So a lot of times when you test fragrances, you spray it on paper, or you spray it on test strips, spray it on the skin, you smell it up close, and that's kind of how you get a general idea of what it smells like. And a lot of times that is what it smells like in the air to an extent. With the fragrances we have here, the way that they're structured, the way that I put them together, and the notes that are used, the sillage, and this is done intentionally, the sillage is what really is just, it hits different. So anybody walking past you, walking through your scent bubble, it is just completely different experience. It smells good up close, but it's meant to work in the air. And so Ocean Sunset is an ozonic, fresh, aquatic marine fragrance. It's very fruity as well. It opens with a lot of citrus and fruit. You're going to get a lot of sea salt. I love sea salt in aquatic fragrances, but again, it's a clean sea salt. There is seaweed in there that's going to give it kind of a, more of a marine touch, but it's not overbearing. It's not off-putting. It just makes it more authentic smelling. It does make it more resemble more of the ocean. The sunset part of it came in because it also has a touch of sensuality to it. So, like a lot of aquatic fragrances, very mass appealing. A lot of women like them on men. A lot of women like them in general. Heck, a lot of guys like them too. And a lot of people find them to be slightly seductive. Maybe not completely, because it's just fresh and clean, but the way Ocean Sunset is done is to kind of push it more in kind of that that kind of avenue while keeping it fresh, bright, and crisp. And so the ozonic notes, you know, really give that kind of ocean air accord. Is what you're going to kind of pick up on. There is a nice fruity touch to it. There's tropical fruits in there as well with the citrus. It gives this nice, bright, crisp, just fresh touch of sweetness in there. But it mixes really well with the sea salt. And again, the seaweed gives it kind of that punch of marine, that authentic marine, you know, aquatic smell. But it's dialed back to a point where it's not overbearing and it's not off-putting. It doesn't actually smell like you dived in the ocean. And I think very few people would actually smell like that. But it gives you that kind of idea of what it's like to be by the ocean, you know, in the summer, kind of as the sun's starting to obviously set, and you're getting kind of into that more romantic vacation area. And so that was the main goal with it, was to make a fragrance that was fresh but unique. And this is unique. It doesn't smell like, in my opinion at least, like anything else out there. But to do it to where it was going to be lasting, the sillage was going to be, you know, very good, and it was going to just do something like in the air that I've not really seen with another fragrance, and I believe this does it well. Ocean Sunset has, for a reason, been our #1 seller since, you know, we launched the brand. And partially, again, obviously now we're getting in the warmer weather now, with summer and everything. I wanted to take that DNA, but do something a little different. So what I did was I took that Ocean Sunset DNA, restructured it slightly. I dialed back the seaweed a little further. It's still there, but it is dialed back slightly. I switched some of the fruits in there, but what I did also was added tropical fruit, kept the sea salt there, definitely amped that up. But what I did was I added this pineapple accord. The pineapple accord is not, it's a juicy pineapple. So there's a juicy pineapple accord. There's also a coconut accord. It does not smell like sunscreen. It smells more like kind of like a coconut drink, mixed with that. So it's more of like almost not quite the coconut meat because it's sweet and it's more you know, sensual, but it's also not like a sunscreen coconut. It's more realistic, like kind of like a pina colada kind of vibe, coconut from that. So you're gonna get that mixed with the pineapple, with a nice touch of sea salt. And again, that sparkling, effervescent kind of vibe you get from the traditional Ocean Sunset is very much present. There's additional tropical florals in there to give it even more of a tropical, you know, twist. And it really just takes the DNA, keeps it that, you know, beach, ocean vibe, but puts it in kind of like paradise, right? And so still Ocean Sunset, still think that mindset, but this is like, you know, you're in, again, Miami is the name, Miami Sunset, somewhere where there's like a lot of, you know, there's spring breakers, vacationers, tropical drinks on the beach, pineapple, you know, it's cut open, and they put the drink inside the natural pineapple by the beach, and that's kind of the vibes you're getting. Very tropical, very, again, just bright, crisp, juicy citruses mixed with the sea salt, mixed with the coconuts, and the salty pineapple coconut combination, along with just that effervescent ozonic ocean air accord. It's a very nice balance. I believe this was more sensual than, you know, the traditional original Ocean Sunset. I believe this is, in my opinion, it takes the DNA and it just does something really special with it. And so, is having both of these redundant? No, I don't believe so. This does enough with the DNA to take it in a different direction than the traditional one, but you're still going to recognize that Ocean Sunset DNA again, because that is a lot of the base underlying components that are in, you know, Ocean Sunset are still present here. Some things were just amped up, some things were dialed back, and then there's been a you know, a hefty amount of notes added to give it a nice touch. So here's the bottle. You know, design, again, this is Miami Sunset. Got the company name on there, size, everything like that, straight to Parfum concentration. And, you know, anybody who's bought these before, you know, the atomizers are pretty dang good, actually. Put it on because it's my scent of the day. Yeah, so you're immediately going to be hit with that citrus, again, pineapple. You are going to pick up the coconut from the opening. It'll come out more in the dry down, but you're going to get it because in the opening you're going to have all of that burst of ozonic notes, that ocean air accord. You're going to have the burst of citrus. You're going to have that sea salt immediately coming out, combined with it. As it dries down, you're going to get a lot of that clean musk that is in the DNA, the cologne, and then as it goes further into the jar down, it's going to sweeten up some, and some of those citruses are going to obviously start to fade away. Still be there, but they're going to fade away. The saltiness is going to go down slightly. It's going to be more sweet, more central, and you really focus on a lot of that fruit. You're still going to have that clean musk and that ozonic, touch as well. But the opening and into the mid, in the early dry down, you're still going to get a lot of that very sparkling, kind of effervescent ocean air, DNA coming in. And so I am very excited for you all to try this. It is currently on sale. It's sold out, however. I am going to be restocking. I've been working on a new batch for Memorial Day sale. That's going to be releasing tomorrow. I should be done. So there will be some restock. It's not going to be a big restock because, again, I'm making these. It just takes time, and this isn't a huge company where I can just buy a ton of ingredients and make super large batches. So I'll I anticipate having maybe 10 bottles for the Memorial Day sale. I know it's not a lot. And then what I'm going to do is work on a much larger batch after the sale, but I just didn't have the time to get it together with this just dropping and then having the pre-sale, and then I did do a giveaway. I might do another giveaway of this. I haven't decided, probably down the road, but not right now at this time at least. But anyway, Miami Sunset. If you like aquatic fragrances, especially if you like salty, like that nice sea salt touch to it, and if a juicy pineapple, salty pineapple with coconuts, and again, this wonderful fruit blend. There's peach in here, there's lime in here. Again, there's a lot of nice citruses in here. And this unique ocean air accord. Imagine yourself, again, by the ocean. The sun's coming down. You're sitting there, there's a fire going in the distance. You're not picking up on the fire, but it's in the distance. And you're drinking out of one of those pineapples, they have. Anybody who's been to like Puerto Rico or Miami or really SoCal, anything like that, they have the little carts with the natural pineapple. They'll cut them open. They'll put the pina colada or whatever inside. Imagine that you're there drinking that. It's nighttime, sun's setting again, fire off in the distance. You're drinking that drink, by the ocean with your significant other or whoever you may be with for that night. This is kind of that vibe that you're going to get. And so again, the brand is Transcendent Parfums. I will post a link below. This is our newest release, Miami Sunset. It's a flanker to the Ocean Sunset DNA. I'm excited for you all to try it. We also recently released about maybe a month ago, Dark Horse Elixir. And so I have a video on that as well, but that is up on the site. I believe that might also be out of stock. But again, I have some coming tomorrow. If it is, I can't remember if it's sold out again or not. But I was working on another batch of that as well. So both should be available tomorrow for the Memorial Day sale. And if you've tried this, if you've gotten it in yet, which I don't believe any of you are, I believe the first shipments will be coming in tomorrow, via priority 2-day shipping. But if you've tried this, and you did happen to get it or whatever, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you could leave us a review on this website, I would appreciate that as well too, because it certainly helps. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. Post in the comments below. Again, if there's anything else you would like to see from this brand, new style fragrance, or something you would like to see, let us know. We really appreciate your support.